everyone, and welcome back to That Eurovision Site. My name is Helen, and today I am so incredibly excited to be speaking with Alejandro, who is participating in this year's Melody Grand Prix for Norway in Heat 2, which is tomorrow night. Oh my gosh. Um, how are you feeling? How have the rehearsals been going?
We had rehearsal yesterday. We're gonna have now in about 3 hours, and then I'm excited. It's like the thing I'm excited about is like I'm singing in Spanish, and the Norwegian people, a lot of them understand it, but like I don't know how it's gonna turn out because you never know who's watching. Do they understand the language? Do they like the vibe or whatever? But mostly, I'm just excited to like show my music, show the performance in the show, and just like shock people. Like, wow, this is. Can I curse here?
Probably not.
Really awesome. This is really awesome show. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
curse. All right.
yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I have to control myself too.
Uh,
I'm from the Midwest, so
you curse a lot there, or where are you from actually? From?
yeah, I'm from America originally. I've been in the UK for a few years now.
Yeah, because I was like, are you from England? Or yeah, I didn't get that England vibe, like the accent.
Yeah, no, I've been living over here for a few years now. My husband's British, so
Uh,
that's part of the reason
yeah,
why.
because I was expecting like British accent, but
Yeah, it's fine. My
how is
accent
your
goes in
British?
and out.
How is your British accent?
Ooh, Oh, you'd have to ask my friends about that one. It
Do
goes
you
in and
practice
out.
it,
It's
or
kind of a mix.
do you practice it, or just
Mm,
the American accent?
it kind of happens unconsciously. If I'm around other British people, I tend to go a little bit more. But like when I do it on purpose, it's really bad.
I'm not gonna start on mine is awful. Like my American is that's enough.
Yeah, no, most people go like for the Southern accent when they think American.
But like when you hear me talk American or English, where could I be like? Where do I fit in the map?
Ooh,
Or is
that's
it like is it like a foreigner talking English? I don't know. How does it sound?
I would say definitely like um probably a bit more south maybe, but in the
Okay.
sense that like the southern parts of the United States have a really big Latino population.
All right.
Um, so yeah,
Put it in
but
there
yeah,
or something like that.
yeah,
That's
something
cool.
like that. Yeah.
All
Um,
right.
yeah. Um,
Now I know. Now I know. It's just I'm curious. Never asked anyone how I sound, how my American sound or my English sound.
your English is really, really good, I have to say.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So to start, I guess, so you've competed in Melodi Grand Prix before, that's
Mhm.
correct, yeah, in 2018.
Yeah.
But for our viewers that may not be as familiar with you, could you give us a little insight into your music journey and how you got
Yeah,
here?
so my name is Alejandro Fuentes. I've been doing music since 2005. I started as a 16 years old in Idol Norway and came on third place. And I didn't win the contest, but I won the people. Like I've toured since that, and like I've done a lot of shows here in Norway, and been having a music career in Norway for 17 years. And about 5 years ago, about 2018, I got like a like a not a breakthrough, but like a crash in my music career. Not a crash, but like I didn't know where I was
Yeah.
gonna go. Like, you know, I hit the wall. I was like, what am I gonna do now? This doesn't feel right. What I'm doing, like the English or the Norwegian, doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like I belong in this stage. And I took like 5 years, maybe 2 years off, and just went back to like, okay, where did this all start? Am I gonna quit music, or am I gonna continue? But if I'm gonna continue, it has to be because you love what you're doing. And then I went back to like my roots, and like found out that when I grew up, my mom and dad listened to a lot of Spanish music. But me growing up here in Norway, that wasn't cool to hear. So I was always trying to adapt to the Norwegian music flavor. and like under press, like the Spanish roots, like, oh, it's not cool. I'm not gonna be cool enough if I do that. And then I found out that now I'm older, like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go Spanish. And that's what I've been doing for 5 years now, actually.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
Um,
thanks.
yeah, I speak a teeny bit of Spanish. I took Spanish in high
Poquito.
school.
All
Yeah.
right. Let me hear. Let me hear. Can you remember anything?
Oh man.
Forgive me.
Uh, I'm my tenses are gonna be way off. Uh, so
That's
like, hola, ¿cómo está? Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Good.
terrible.
Good. How is your Norwegian?
Oh, I don't speak any Norwegian.
Know anything in Norwegian? Nothing?
No, unfortunately, no. America's quite insular, believe it or not. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even know Eurovision was a thing until 2014. So
Really? How old are you?
I'm late 20s.
All right. Yeah, okay. But yeah, then it's okay. I understand why.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess coming back to Melodi Grand Prix, how is this time different than the first time, and what made you want to do it again?
Well, this time I have a song that I really, this song is actually 5 years ago. It was written in 2018. One of the first songs I wrote. And the first time I wasn't prepared for what MGP was. I didn't know what the circuit was about. And then from the experience, I know that if I'm going to do it again, you have to put on a full show, cool song, and the whole package with the dancers and the fire and everything. You have to blast, like, just like, wow, this is really great. Uh, but even if it doesn't go all the way, uh, I'm still going to continue pursuing that path of going in Latin music. I just had an interview with Spain, from Spain, Eurovision fans Spain,
Hmm.
360 they're called, and they told me that, I didn't know this. They told me that if you don't win or go all the way to the finals, did you know that in Spain you're allowed to come from Norway and participate in the Spain version of MGP, or what they call it there.
The
I
Benidorm
didn't,
Fest.
Benidorm Fest. I didn't know
Yeah.
that, and I was like, "Fuck! Can I cut out Fuego here and just go to Benidorm now?" Or no, you can't because it's already out. Oh man! But then, I next year, uh, if this doesn't go all the way, I'm gonna pursue that path anyway. So I have nothing to prove because I know the way I'm going anyway. If I win or not, I'm gonna go that way. I want my music to be listened to by even the English people as well, but the Latin market.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, on that note, there's just been a huge like surge in popularity, I'd say, in like Latino influenced music, especially outside the Spanish speaking world. Just even in the past few years, like even at Eurovision, because we have Chanel from last year, and then like
Yeah.
even like back in 2018, we have Eleni's Fuego, which did really well too.
Mm.
What does it mean for you to see like Europe and Eurovision fans like really embrace this style of music?
I think it's cool, but it's not only the Eurovision fans. I think it's the whole world. It started back in 2018 when Despacito just
Hmm.
like really opened doors for that market, and like it got cool again in a way. It always has been cool, but not for the mainstream. And
Yeah.
now it's like it's the most coolest thing ever in my opinion. But like you have J Balvin, you have Maluma, you have like all these big artists conquering the world with the Latin music, and that's, for me, that's really cool because you feel like you're a part of it, because from Chile, and you feel like, wow, this is my people and their music, and it's finally cool to listen to. I didn't feel that way when I was growing up. When I listened to Daddy Yankee with Gasolina, it's like people were like cringing, like, what is this in Norway? And I was like, no, this is quite cool actually. So I know it's awesome to see that they're doing so many great things.
Yeah, and I guess on that note, what would it mean for you to win MGP this year and go to be Norway's representative with a song like this?
It hasn't been done before here in Norway that a song wins with a not in English or in Norwegian, and never in Spanish, I think. So what I'm doing is like, if it wins, it hasn't been done before, and I like to do things that hasn't been done before. So it would mean a lot because you would get like of course, a lot of publicity around the song to the people you want to show them to. But like, I don't know, I haven't thought that far yet. Like, what if you actually win? What
Yeah.
am I gonna do then? Then I'm gonna get paranoid. Then I'm gonna, oh shit, now I really have to perform.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean that's another like two months on top of that with all the
yeah, I can't think about it, but like the thought has crossed my mind. Like, what if you actually win? How would you do that? Like, I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I'm just focusing on one thing, and that's tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
know what? That's a good mindset to be in. I will
yeah,
say, like, I think what the vibe has been like the last few years from like the just the Eurovision like contestants that have gone is like they've said it like feels like one big family. So like
yeah.
because everybody's like these 40 acts and they're all, going through something really unique. And so it's like um
Mm.
so I hope you're able to do it and really be part of that. But honestly, even like people who don't win like their national finals, like they're still like just a huge part of the family. So you've got us fans for life.
That's the thing I like about Eurovision and MGP, that nowadays it's hard to find like hardcore fans. It's like hard to build. You can build it, but I noticed that the MGP fan and the Eurovision fans, they're fans. Like, they're truly fans. And that's what I like about it. I remember when I was growing up, I used to watch it when I was little with my family, and we always been fan of the thing. But like here in Norway, it got a little bit like washed out in a
Yeah.
way, and then it came back again, and I was cool, and that was the coolest thing ever. So it's like, but I've always been fan of the way the people are dedicated to the music, because they actually listen to the music,
Yeah.
and
Um,
and uh, that's cool. That's a cool thing,
yeah.
especially
Speaking of the music, do you have a favorite like Eurovision song or Norwegian song at Eurovision?
like from this year, or like
Just
in
from
general.
any year.
For many years from
Yeah.
Norway.
Or any other country. Like what's your favorite? Like anything you really like?
I thought I was talking to some other interviews last night, and like the first song I remember was, you were not even born then. I think this was in
Probably not.
2000,
Oh no, I
2000.
was born, but I was like really little.
Yeah, it was a Danish duo. Fly on the wings of love.
Oh yeah.
The Olsen brothers, I think they were called.
Yeah, that's right.
That was like my first thing with Eurovision. They won, I think, actually. Yeah, I think they won.
Yeah, they won.
And so probably that one. And of course, when Fairy Tale came out with Alexander Rybak, that was a huge moment in Norway. I remember that. That was like really huge. That was so probably those two. But like from internationally, there's so many to pick. Like, there's so much great music every year. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, no,
Sweden has
yeah,
Euphoria. So many great songs.
yeah. I buy the album each year just because like it's just so different. I could never pictured myself like listening to all these songs in all these different languages, like even like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
That's the cool thing about it. You get the whole, it's worldwide music. You get everything.
Yeah.
And not the mainstream like everyone else is listening to.
Yeah. So finally, before we head off, can you give us a little hint of what your performance might be like tomorrow?
Well, it's gonna be having some dancers, of course,
Mhm.
and of course it's gonna be Fuego, fire in the stage that says it, and I think it's gonna be very hot. I'm gonna try to be as hot as I can. I don't know how, but just I don't know. The dancers really help me look great. Like, what they're doing makes me look fucking awesome. Sorry, awesome. And so what they're doing is like, I know it helps the song a lot, because it looks like sensual and hot and with fire and with the costumes and everything. So it's gonna be like, I hope it's gonna be like a shock for people. Like, is this him? I remember him when he was 16 and just with his guitar and just singing like ballads. And I was like, wow, this is something else.
Yeah. Well, I have to say I'm super excited for tomorrow night and to see how it all turns out. So, Yeah, just before we wrap up, we'll put our all the social media in the description. Where can people follow you and your music?
Well, I'm in Instagram. The TikTok has gotten me, so I'm very caught up in TikTok and now. And yeah, just my full name, Alejandro Fuentes official. TikTok is Alejandro Fuentes 1987 or something. And well, you can find me on YouTube and Spotify and iTunes and whatever. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the TikTok I'm most active.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
love it.
we'll make sure to put all of that in the description so you can hopefully give you some new fans. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, and then for us, just be sure to follow that Eurovision site on YouTube, and then at that Euro site everywhere else. Too many characters. Um, yeah. Thanks so much for taking the time to sit down. It's been really fun to talk to you.
you too.
Thanks.
Likewise.
Have a great day, and we'll see you
Yeah,
in the next video on that Eurovision site.
that was great.
Yeah, thanks.